how to create one long form video content and then use this long form video and repurpose it into at least 10 to 15 posts that you can post on all major platforms. So let's dive right in. As a small business owner or social media manager who is managing multiple clients, or maybe you're working for a company and you're the one who has to manage their social media accounts, but ultimately, if you're one person who's wearing all the hats, I can totally understand that social media feels like a never-ending task, especially if you're the one who's wearing all the hats. And I found a super practical approach that revolves around creating one comprehensive video to cater to all major social media platforms. I'm using this approach myself, which allows me to create tons of content within a reasonable amount of time because, as you know, solopreneurs, small business owners, or again, if you're a social media manager, time is really the essence. And it's super easy and quick, so let me break it down for you. Number one, you need to start by creating your long form video for YouTube. For YouTube, my videos range between 10 to 40 minutes, really depending on the content and the topic. I start by creating a detailed document with talking points to create an outline for my video. And once I created my talking points, I add the meat to each section. And then once I'm done with creating the script, I start filming my videos. And sometimes I use a teleprompter, and I don't have a fancy teleprompter, so it's not like a super crazy setup that you would see in the newsroom, but I use my laptop and there is an app called Teleprompter. You can buy it, it's a one-time fee, and it works like a teleprompter. It's super easy and straightforward to use. And I sometimes use a teleprompter because I like to read off a script, especially for those sections where I want to get every detail right. But I understand when reading off a script, especially if you're new to creating videos, it can be very tricky to sound natural and to really bring over that personal approach. But I have a few tips for you. Only talk about things that you are truly passionate about, that you are super interested about, and that you can talk about for hours. That's the one part. The second part, you need to talk about something that you are knowledgeable about. So talk about strategies that you're using in your day-to-day business. In my videos, I'm talking about strategies and approaches that I'm using in my day-to-day business to see results. I'm also talking about experiences with clients or experiences managing my team, and all of the things that I see, I'm going to share them in my videos. So talking about personal stories, experiences, that is another way that you can sound very natural in front of a camera, even though you might be using a script. And then my second tip, before you record a video, and I like to do this myself, I do what I call a dry run. So go through the entire script, read it out loud, maybe even do it in front of a mirror so you are prepared and feel more comfortable once you start the filming session. After I recorded the video and edit the video, and trust me, I keep my editing to a minimum, so no fancy transitions, nothing fancy, just straight and simple, because again, I'm the only person who's doing this and time is of the essence. And the next step, so once I'm done editing, the next step would be to transcribe the video into a blog post for my website or for LinkedIn. And I really urge you to post on LinkedIn, because LinkedIn is a really up-and-coming social media platform. It's not just, I want a new job, but it's really a great platform to show your credibility, to position yourself as an expert in your niche, but also to connect with potential clients. And if you are someone that is really taking care of the entire process, so creating, editing, posting, streamlining the process is extremely important if you want to work efficiently. So you can manually edit your transcript, you can add headlines, sub-headlines, more information, or alternatively, you can leverage the power of artificial intelligence. I personally prefer using ChatGPT for this. So I take my entire transcript and put it into ChatGPT. But I don't just post it in there. No, I provide specific prompts. So I let the AI know what I want the AI to do. So artificial intelligence, or in this instance, ChatGPT, is a generative AI, so it can help you to create more, it can add on to whatever you provide the system. So a prompt that I would be using is, for instance, this is a transcript for my video, turn it into a blog post for my website and LinkedIn, use my tone of voice, add headlines, subheadlines, and elaborate on each section. And ChatGPT is doing the magic, and there it is, an entire blog post. I, of course, read through the blog post, do a few more edits to make sure it's really my voice, and then post it to my blog post, so on my website, and to my LinkedIn. The beauty about using artificial intelligence, it does not only save you tons of time, but it also ensures a consistency and an engaging tone across all your blog posts that you post to your website and your LinkedIn articles. And just utilizing AI, so really leaning into this approach, will help small business owners and social media managers to really effectively manage their social media presence without compromising on quality. Next up, you want to create short form video content. There are two approaches that you can use depending on your comfort level. I use them personally interchangeably. And I post my short form content pieces on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube Shorts, Facebook, and LinkedIn. These are already your 5 major social media platforms. So out of each long form video, you can get roughly 3 to 5 short form videos. Approach number 1. When I'm editing the video, I'm not just polishing up the long form video, but I'm also looking for sections that can shine on their own when I post them individually across social media platforms as short form content. And the secret sauce of this process? It all starts with a script. See, the script is like the blueprint. Crafting it with an eye for versatility is really key. So each talking point isn't just a piece of a puzzle, but it's a potential standalone snippet, perfect for TikTok or Instagram or any place where you can post short form content. So when I'm putting together my script, when I'm writing my script, I'm thinking about how each part can really pack a punch on its own. And then once I edit my video, I identify those sections and edit them into short form content, export them vertically, and post them. Approach number 2. Once you're done with the article for LinkedIn or your blog, you can skim through the article to identify potential short form videos and record them separately on your phone. This isn't just reviewing your blog post, it's a strategic scan to pinpoint potential short form video moments. And these are the golden snippets that can really captivate your audience on platforms like Instagram or TikTok. And as you skim through your blog post, keep an eye out for these standout sentences or compelling ideas that you can use to turn into size-bite pieces of content for your Reels or for your TikToks. And then lastly, what you can also do, tweets for Twitter. I know it's not really called Twitter anymore, so would you say you can post X on X's? I don't really know. So that's why I just continue calling it Twitter, so you're aware you can create tweets for Twitter. So if you're using Twitter or if you're using X, you can copy your long form written blog post and again use artificial intelligence to help you. So you will take your long form blog post, put it into artificial intelligence. So for instance, ChatGPT, provide prompts such as create 5 to 10 different tweets, or should I say X's? It doesn't matter. But you would utilize artificial intelligence to save tons of time. Just be sure again to use the correct prompt. So you want to tell ChatGPT, hey, I want you to create 5 to 10 different tweets from this long form article. They should be engaging. And then depending on the prompt you're putting in, you get the correct outcome. And again, if you get 5 to 15 different posts or more so tweets, you can schedule them. You can say 1 tweet a day, 2 tweets a day, and this should carry you easily through an entire week. And now crafting those tweets, what would typically take you maybe 30 minutes to an hour to do, now takes you 5 minutes, just plugging it into the artificial intelligence tool. Of course, before you post the tweets, you want to read through them. You want to make sure they're versatile. You want to make sure that they make sense. And again, it goes back to similar to your short form content. You don't want to take anything out of context. So tweets or short form video content, posted on their own should still make sense without knowing the rest of the context. And that's really the key part to posting short form content, tweets, or any snippets across social media. You always want to make sure it makes sense, even when taken out of the context of a long form video content or long form article. So following my strategy and repurposing one long form video will allow you to create over 15 posts for all major social media platforms. And depending on how often you post, whether it's once or twice a day, but it should easily carry you through 1 week, if not 2 weeks of content. And I hope that this really made sense for you, how to use just one video and create tons of content for social media. It's a fantastic way to really save time as a solopreneur, small business owner, or social media manager. Again, I'm using the same strategy and it helps me tremendously to show up consistently on all platforms without compromising on quality. Of course, one word that I want to give you, a last tip of the video that I want to share with you. Of course, you always want to change the caption when posting to various social media channels. People on TikTok behave differently than people on Instagram. So on TikTok, I like to keep my caption short, straight to the point. What is the video about? Whereas on Instagram, you can elaborate a little bit more in your caption what this video is all about and provide additional value. And I hope this really helped you. I hope you now get out there, create long form video content and dissect it and repurpose that content across all your major social media platforms. If you need any help, if you don't know where to start, you can always reach out to me. You can DM me. You find me at The Social Wisdom on all social media platforms. Or you can also write me an email at nina@thesocialwisdom.com. And I cannot wait to see you next week. Until then, goodbye, or how we say in Germany, auf Wiedersehen.